right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry once again for that. But we'll give folks a chance to hop in here just because I had to sign off for a quick minute and didn't want to leave y'all hanging. So, in the meantime, let me figure out how I messed up, because I definitely messed up on sending out some of the grain to the second group. And it seems like, Okay, so let me send, I need to send something to Big Barger. All right. 1 second. All right, guys. I'll jump back in the chat. I see Jason, Matthew, and Dice all here. I have to send some from my personal storage just because. All right, so we're going to do 15,000 to... Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. It's a Big Barger. All right, so Big Barger is the username, BIG Barger. All right. Hold on, they sent me a DM too. So can I get half in 40 and half in 114? Oh man, you're really like, come on, Big Barger. All right, fine. Just because I messed up. Half and 40. Where is it? Half and 40 and half in 114. Okay, so there's 40, 7,500. Oh, come on now. Don't do this to me, game. Oh. Jeez Louise, what the? I'm like just so close to being done with all this garbage. Oh my God, I hate you so much. Look at this. Delay in block processing. Please be patient and do not submit the transaction again or it'll be processed twice. You know what? Go screw yourself, Hive. All right. Well, Big Bar's just going to have to wait. Let me... hey, sorry. I think I had sent your second to someone else by accident. So I will send from my personal stash. I just tried to send half to 40, but there is a block processing delay. So let me know when it comes through. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm done with admin stuff now. I'm just going to come back to this later. All right. So Matthew says, how's your keep treating you? My keep is doing just fine. The tract seems to be maybe not even 50% online. So, you know, a lot of people just are totally checked out from land. Not surprising. And don't care. But on the whole, you know, it's going. It's there. I'm earning more SPS per day from my land than I was before, which is great. Now, the only problem is I need to... I'm not getting that SPS right away. I'm not getting it airdropped to me immediately and then able to stake it, which kind of sucks because it's now gated behind this 1,000 DEC or 1,000 grain wall. But I suppose I've got enough grain in here that would cover that. And I want to know if there's anybody in my tract that would want DEC, or sorry, would want grain because I'll sell it to you cheap. But yeah, on the whole, it's been all right. I have a grain farm running as well. I mean, this thing is not doing, I'm sorry, it's just doing its thing. Like, my guess is, or sorry, not guess. My plan, I suppose, is to, I guess, just if people want grain from me, I'll sell it peer to peer or P2P. If they don't, or whatever I don't sell, I'm just going to start stacking up because I want to go heavy into the grain LP whenever that goes live. Just to have some there, because that'll be a nice source of like DEC passive income, which I'm not really getting from cards. So yeah, that's where things are at. Let's go back here so we can chat some numbers now and see what the impact of land has been. It looks like almost 2.1 cents on SPS. Vouchers are starting to dip again, which comes to the surprise of absolutely nobody because we've added almost 1 million in just the past month, right? Or 3 weeks or whatever. We do print, what is it, 1.2 million vouchers per month or every 30 days. So that is absurdly high. And I cannot imagine a scenario in which we get that down like for the long term. You know what I would love to see? If there was something like on land where it was like an infinite voucher burn, that would be kind of cool. Something that like, in order to, continue like maintaining your buildings and see, like actually building maintenance. Oh, maybe that's my guess. I wonder if maybe that's where Matt's going to go. Although I would love DEC to still be that. But it's like if vouchers were required for like a certain building's maintenance, for example, and so therefore it was just, slowly decaying every day, that would eat into the voucher supply, because in order to maintain those buildings, like let's say, there's 40,000 vouchers printed per day. Let's say on average, each one of these, buildings potentially requires, I don't know, a voucher a day. Again, it's not going to be anything too crazy, but imagine if it was like a voucher a day for like a premier building or something like that, or a leveled up building. And then let's say you had like, only 10% of plots that were doing it, that wanted to maintain that building. That's 15,000 plots right there, 15,000 vouchers a day. So all of a sudden, then we go from a 40,000, right? The net would be 25,000 vouchers per day. So that's kind of my hope and dream. Will that happen? I don't know. But it would be a nice way to help fix the voucher issue long term, right? By having an ongoing sync there. Now, the other thing, the problem with that is that you take away from DEC, which should be probably a DEC burn, and so that kind of blunts the flywheel in some aspects. But there will always be other DEC burn mechanisms potentially with within land, within the game itself, guilds, with maybe Soulkeep. So all right. Let us see here. Where did I leave off? All right. So Dice 12, what's going on? You can send me other people's grain to 114 as well. I'm in 110. Hey, neighbor. All right. So yeah, that loading screen is frustrating. Feels like Hive has been busted for weeks at this point. I don't use Hive Engine anymore. I use the BSwap DCity. I mean, even BSwap is a little out there, right? The loading screen couldn't be more annoying. I expect to hear 90s internet. So what's funny is, what's his name? Tails literally just messaged me completely separately saying that he's been getting block delays all day too. That couple of issues persisting with Hive Engine Travel X for the past 2 weeks is a little scary. Yep. I don't want to keep any significant money there. Sorry, I'm just responding to Tails. All right. Welcome back. Thanks, Alicios. Paus, what is going on? Sty says, I've got more land to get online, but ran out of time crystals. Now we just wait on construction and DEC. How many times a week as a keep holder are you claiming? I mean, I personally, I think it's going to be once a week at the most. Because for me, there's no time limit, right? It's there's no time limit. It's a capacity limit, and you can see here, I'm not even at 1% capacity right now. Right, so my worksite capacity is actually less than this. Let's go back here. So I'm not even at 1%. So I could let this thing sit. Let's say we get to 1% by the end of the week. I mean, I could let it sit for 2 years at that point. Just let it sit for 2 years and then come back and claim. That way I minimize the amount that I'm spending to claim my resources. But I think we'll do once a week. I don't know. At this point, the grain that I'm receiving kind of pays for it, so it's kind of nice. Or will pay for it. But yeah, it is what it is. My max rate is 50%. Oh yeah, okay. But see, I'm already hitting like the marginal returns. I'm like, I don't know what other things I could put on there. I probably want to increase my production on the other sides. I wish there was something here that showed, like, from a region perspective, and it doesn't need to be just for keep owners, but for everybody. Like, what is the entire, not region, although region would be good too, but like, what is the entire tract producing, right? So how much is the tract producing of grain per day, of SPS per day, and of research tokens? And then you can go region by region, tract by tract. Stacking grain is important for 2.0 when all those different resources can be mined. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. SPS is up to 2.1. Let's go. And I love the LP idea. Woohoo. All right. So any infinite token burn would be the perfect sinks. Okay, so let's talk about this, Alicios, because the way Matt talks about vouchers, like, vouchers are given for free to people who stake SPS. So what do you need to stake SPS for? You need to stake it for the game, right? To play in battles and earn in battles, you need SPS staked. So really, if we're looking for an infinite token burn, it shouldn't come from land. It should come from the game somewhere. Although people are just going to look at that and say, well, that increases the costs for the game, or it cuts into the profits. And both are correct, right? But that's like somebody who's just coming in to play land. They technically don't have to stake SPS. So if you make it a requirement for them to go and buy vouchers when they're not receiving vouchers for anything that they're doing with land, that could be a little dicey. It would make more sense to have an infinite token burn in ranked play somewhere. Or even guild brawls would be a little bit better. Just because it's, like guild brawls, tournaments, all that stuff runs parallel to ranked versus land, which is a completely different game. Yo, what's up, Aaron? So what salt were you spreading yesterday? Was I spreading salt? I didn't even go live yesterday. Oh, I said that land is off to a slow start. And I think he's called me and said that he agreed with me. Hive is clearly a mess right now in a time where we need it to be reliable and ready to host any future whales movements. I agree. So here, you want some more FUD? This isn't Splinterlands FUD, although Splinterlands will definitely be affected. If Hive is having issues right now, and we are not anywhere near a bull run, can you imagine what's going to happen if people just try to do anything in game in the future? This is going to be a problem for Splinterlands. It's not going to be a Splinterlands problem, but it is an adjacent problem to Splinterlands if Hive is going to be an absolute mess. Now, can the game survive without Hive engine? Yeah, I mean, it could. It would suck, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to trade things in and out, but the game itself would still run, right? You just wouldn't be able to swap anything for anything at that point. You maybe use B swap or whatever, but if that whole node is down, right? Because it's always tribal decks and Hive engine. Sometimes even B swap is down too. But even stuff within the game, right? I'm trying to send somebody items. I was trying to send somebody grain, and I'm getting a block processing delay. Like what happens if there's 500 real players in the game right now? What happens when we get to 5,000? Right? Like that's kind of outrageous. Like to think that we couldn't handle a 10x, or what happens if we get to 100x of that? What if we get to 50,000 players? You think anybody's going to stay if they can't do anything in the game, and they're just getting block processing errors every time they try to send grain from themselves from one region to another? Like, hell no. Like that, the user experience would be incredibly bad. So I don't know who needs to hear this right now, and I don't know if anybody's looking at it, but Hive is cool. Hive is cool because it's free transactions. But if it's free transactions, you kind of worry about, do you get what you pay for? Right? Like if this thing is like small chain and it doesn't have enough nodes, doesn't have enough processing power, are we going to run into issues? Like, the question you need to ask yourself is, why is no other big project or game building on Hive? What research did they do into Hive where they were like, nope, we don't want to deal with that. We don't want the user experience to be anything like that, right? We would rather the users pay a small amount of gas fees every single time they make a transaction, because we don't want to deal with Hive. So, you could look at it and say, well, Hive is an undiscovered gem, but for the people savvy enough out there that know a lot of different chains and a lot of different things, what did they see when they looked at Hive and thought to themselves, we're going to pass. We're going to stick with a better known name like Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, BNB, Avalanche, right? Polkadot. So it's just a question worth asking. That's all. So why did the team put time crystals on non-card market but not grain? I think grain, because grain, I don't know, actually, Aaron. Grain doesn't seem like it was ever supposed to leave the game. I know that they put that in the white paper, but it's like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't have any value on the secondary market. Like it doesn't need to leave the game. If they're building the LP in the game, they really don't need to build the bridges to Hive engine. That seems like a waste of time, in my opinion, especially if they're going to tax you so much just to send it out to Hive engine. There's never going to be enough liquidity out there because there's no liquidity rewards. The liquidity rewards are going to be in the grain DECLP in game. So I hope that they skip that. If there's something that I look at the white paper for 1.5 and 2.0 beyond, I hope that they skip sending any of those resources out to Hive engine. It just doesn't seem worth it. On top of the fact that, like we just literally talked about, Hive engine is down so often. So but if that's going to take up dev resources and time, I really, really think that is something that is so low priority and should only be done at the raging bull market. All right, so picked up 40 more TD packs the other day. Wow, you guys really have a lot of faith in tower defense. Pig Monsters is showing a 6-minute delay now just for transactions. Fair enough. Yo, New Age, what's going on, man? Elistios, good to see you here. Still hyped about what upside that could bring. What were we talking about? Oh, tower defense. Yeah, I mean, my guess. Okay. It's like I want to be hyped, but I want to be fuddy at the same time. So let's see if I can strike a balance here. I think that the team really needs to get Soulkeep out in Q1 of next year. It's been so late, it's been so delayed, everybody's so pissed, but it's still low priority. So I think that they really need to get it out in Q1. But at this point, most of the people that cared about it, like you see Commander Chaos, he's just trying to offload. Like most of the people that cared and are angry, they're gone. Like they don't give a shit, right? So they're done. So in a way, like it's a bad thing that's actually a good thing for the team, because all the people who bought and got burned, they left, right? So now there's no desire, there's no burning need to get this thing out as quickly as possible. I know that sounds super messed up to say, right? But all the people who actually cared, all the people who wanted something, they left. And the world is big enough that you're going to get a bunch of other people that'll come in eventually when the game is out, which is probably why it was put as very low priority. So at this point, I'm looking at it, and Matt doesn't have a plan yet, or he's talking about a plan to get it released, which says to me it's nowhere near releasable. So if this plan is not even confirmed, and we're sitting here on the last day of November, if this plan is not even confirmed, when we do get confirmation of the plan is when I would assume work would begin on getting the game ready. How far away we are from that, I have no idea, because we went from very, 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 very soon in July to this game is built in another language, right? So we don't know what's going on with it. So my guess is we don't see it in the first half of next year. So even though I want it, I think it's needed in Q1 for them to like sustain the momentum that they have. There's just enough people that have checked out of the game, that don't care, that are just trying to sell their assets. The only hope is that these people are not going to file some kind of lawsuit against Splinterlands for false advertising or whatever the case is, which is possible, right? It's not like Splinterlands hasn't been sued before. And I'll be honest, in a lot of private conversations I have, there's people talking about lawsuits. So that being said, there's the FUD, right? There's the FUD and the salt that you wanted regarding Soulkeep. So if they can get it out in Q1 of next year, that would make me as a pack holder happy. But just objectively looking at where things are at right now, again, it's all just based on Matt's words in the town hall. But I guess everything is based on words said in the town hall over the past year. If there's no plan that's finalized, then there's no work that has begun, which means a Q1 or even Q2 launch is probably not in the cards, pun intended. Okay, so Alicia's saying, as a Keep owner, you sound underwhelmed, not really giving F about what you got right now. Well, Alicios, I'm going to throw this back at you. Tell me what I should be excited about as a Keep owner. I think it's great. I'm earning more SPS, but there's nothing else I can really do right now outside of, try to encourage more people to build up and share the resources here, which is something that I want to do. So if anybody is in 51.3 and wants grain, let me know. I will sell it to you for cheaper than whatever the going market is. Yo, NFT gaming and collectibles. Let's do it. So there's infinite ways you can add syncs for vouchers, but whatever you use them for, it needs to not remove any DEC sync. Well, this is the problem, Listios. This is literally impossible, because everything that could be a voucher sync could also be a DEC sync. You know what I mean? So there's too many things to take care of. They launched too many tokens. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion as a Bitcoin maxi. What's up, Keys? All right, so I opened 400 Rebellion packs on Mavs. I got a load of gold foil legendaries. Watch me now. Oh yeah, you used up all of your luck, Powis. No bueno. All right. All right, so let's see where we at. Gladland is finally bring me out of my boring hibernation, having to wait. Yep. All right, Cosmos, you can't really build on Hive because it doesn't support smart contracts. Yep. So we're already having to build on a layer 2, and I wonder if that layer 2 is Hive engine, right? So I don't know how much more that can support right now. I don't know what the scalability of it is. Keep in mind that like Hive is decentralized. Hive engine is not. So for anybody that needed to hear that, Hive engine is not decentralized. Hive engine is a company that's run by Aggie and Cryptomancer and probably several others that are, kind of in conjunction with Splinterlands, but they're a completely separate company. So the layer 2 Hive engine is not decentralized. It can go down. It has gone down. And your funds are not safe on there. Now, again, I'm saying that not to be fuddy and to hate on Aggie and Cryptomancer and Hive engine. I'm literally just saying that when you look at Hive engine, it is not decentralized the same way that Ethereum is. Hive itself, the layer 1, so when you go into your keychain and you have Hive and HBD on there, that is decentralized. That is equivalent or equal, right? Similar to BNB, having your stuff in a private wallet, having, what's that called? Yeah, your BNB in a private wallet, having, what's that called? Ethereum, right? Solana. That is the equivalent. Hive engine is not. So, again, I'm not saying this because I'm discouraging you from keeping value on there. I'm just saying that I'm not because I think anything bad is going to happen, or that there's like nefarious actors out there, or that Aggie and whoever are going to come and try to take your money. No, in fact, I think what Aggie's building with Hive engine is awesome, because it made a place for people to create games such as Splinterlands, Golem Overlord, Decrops, all these things. It gave people a platform to be able to do that on a chain, right? A layer 1 chain, Hive, that doesn't require you to spend gas fees. It's free, right? So the idea is cool. The idea is awesome. Execution has been great so far, right? Obviously, it's been a little spotty lately, but that's hopefully something that they can overcome. But if you're looking at this as crypto, right, and decentralization is a scale, this is not as decentralized. In fact, this is not decentralized at all compared to Ethereum, compared to Bitcoin, compared to Solana, Avalanche, all those other chains. So this is a really important point, Cosmos. You can't really build on Hive because it doesn't support smart contracts. You need to build on a layer 2 on Hive. And the main layer 2 that everybody has been using is Hive engine, which is not decentralized. So I wonder how hard it would be for the code to accept a new engine other than Hive. Well, I mean, somebody could build another Hive engine, right? Again, that Hive engine wouldn't be decentralized. It would just be a layer 2. But here's the thing, right? The more layers you go up, the less decentralization there is. That's just what it comes down to, right? The base layer is always going to have the most decentralized aspects to it. I mean, even with Bitcoin, right? Like, I love the Lightning Network, but the Lightning Network is not as decentralized as it's not as decentralized as the base layer. So, not that I expect anything to go wrong, but things can go wrong in any second layer. But the secondary layers like always provide a lot more value, right? These are the places that companies and projects and founders can come and build on. It's just you want to work on the most decentralized layer that you can, I suppose, that you can still build on. All right, let's catch up. Did I spill on myself? Why am I so wet? All right, it's just... All right, sorry. All right, where am I at? I wonder how hard it'd be for the code to accept the engine. All right, TD packs are ideal for SPS yield right now, game aside. Yes, KQ forever. So TD packs are giving like a 30% yield for a while in SPS. That might be going up now because SPS is going up, but the price of packs are not. So there is an opportunity there if you're willing to accept the risk that TD packs will have some value in the future. And the reason I say some value is because if you're going to go in and you're going to get, you're going to buy these tower defense packs and you're going to earn a 30-40% yield on them, well, that's great. Over the course of the next year, you're going to earn 30 to 40% of what you bought the packs for. Then in a year, if Matt comes on a town hall and says, yeah, sorry guys, we're going to have to scrap the game. We're really, really sorry. We won't make this mistake again, but your packs go to 0 now. Well, then you just lost 50 to 60% of your money, right? Or 60 to 70% of your money. You made 30%, right? But then everything went to zero. So that's why I'm saying, anybody who's buying packs right now is pretty brave. Although people who were buying packs 6 months ago, maybe not 6 months ago, 3 months ago, were even braver. At least Matt is talking about the fact that he has a plan right now, and it's going to come down to what that plan is and how they execute on it. It's land week, no more FUD at least until New Year. Okay. All right. Well, you, Aaron, you came in here asking for FUD, or somebody came in here asking for FUD. So I'm just trying to deliver on that. All right. I'm ready to be hyped and excited. We keep getting into all like the Hive engine stuff, which again, I'm not happy about, but that has nothing to do with Splinterlands. Okay, just come back. How much are you making in taxes? I'm not making very much. I don't know how to calculate the ROI on it, but, now is not the best time because not everything is live. I'm going to come back. You know what? This will be a good video to do in like a week and see how I'm doing from a grain and SPS focus. Although, you know what? I think we should try to calculate the ROI on just like a farm right now, a grain farm. Sorry, not a grain farm, an SPS mining place. What's up, Brandon? I was just catching up on your round 1 stream. You're welcome for the SPS research at your keep. Well, thank you so much, Brandon. It is great to have you here in the club. Also, what was that about suits? I don't know what you mean suits. Like lawsuits? Okay, so we're going to try and get away from the FUD stuff now because that was not my goal. I wanted to be excited, guys. We're between Christmas and New Year's right now, right? We're between land and rebellion. So let's focus back on that. I was just saying that several people had mentioned lawsuits, and that's not a good thing. You never want people talking about that. All right, so I might need a Snickers. Seem like a grouchy Thursday. No, guys, we're going to turn things around. Probably our FUD level over 9,000. We really need good stuff happening in the months to come that will slowly but surely bring back some hype in the community if we want that $4 SPS you're hoping for. Okay, FUD is done. Somebody came in here, or people came in here asking, like, what's the FUD? Like, what can we FUD about today? So I was just trying to deliver on that. I'm just a man of the people, just trying to give you guys what you want. But I think land. Okay, so my FUD video yesterday, which I don't think is a FUD video, is just the fact that land is off to a slower start than I think anybody really expected. Is that a bad thing in the grand scheme of things? I mean, no, not really. It's just there's going to be opportunity here because a lot of people had checked out. So, we need to run those numbers and see what it looks like. But I don't think any of this is really unexpected. I'll just need to recalibrate, I guess, where my expectations were, right? After the first week or month or whatever it is, I was really hoping we'd hit 30%. We're only at 10% 2 days in. It's not terrible, but it's just, the hype and excitement isn't there from everybody the way that it was 3 months ago. Now, as I've said, I'm saying all these things and I don't care about land. So I'm more excited about Rebellion. And I think Rebellion has done way more for the game economy so far than land. And once it goes live next week and we see all the changes in modern format, we see all the new combos and synergies, and we see just how scarce 500 packs really is, I'm hoping that there'll be a bunch more people buying packs because they realize the value. All right. So Power Bear FUD level. Okay. SPS channel will bring options for replacing key Hive engine pools and decouple a bit from Hive itself. That would be awesome, actually. Yep. So to answer your question about what I should be hyped about, I give you that layers of salts in the past months will take a while to remove before we go back to 100% hype. Yeah, but you know what? A bull run cures all things. Change happens in an instant. Remaining burdened by the past is a choice. There you go, Brandon. That's some wise words. But I would be hyped to have a keep right now, especially in Area 51. We'll generate tons of free stuff with only one plot, where I need to get about 1/10 of that. That's what you earn. Okay, you know what's interesting? Let's go and check out the prices for keeps right now. Has anything gone up or down? Do 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 do. Oh, only one castle for sale. Interesting. All right, so cheapest one is now $2,000. This is in 138. So that's pretty cool. All right, so talking about TD says KQ forever. Matt has never scrapped a project. We just delay it many years, which is also okay if I'm earning a yield on TD packs. Yep. So again, I haven't sold my tower defense packs. I know we were just doing a little FUD for tower defense, but I haven't sold it. I still think that tower defense is going to be one of the key gateway drugs that gets people into the ecosystem. That is still my hope. I just have no time frame on when that'll actually be, right? And so that's all it is. Wilson says, dude, I came in and just heard something about suits. That's why I asked. Was it some bitter mav? Or are we talking about Hive engine? That was Wilson. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to take that out on you. I know, dude. I love you, man. There's nothing here about that. It's just funny because we were talking earlier, and I was saying that like, oh, it's a great time to be here in Splinterlands. And then I don't know who it was. Maybe it might have even been in the first half of this stream where people were like, "Oh, so what's the FUD? What can we talk about the FUD?" So I was just trying to deliver, and then you came in after I made a decision. We're not going to do that anymore. The lawsuits thing it's regarding tower defense. Commander Chaos was the one talking about it, how he had considered a lawsuit, but he was not going to do it. And so it's just when you have someone there who's publicly talking about it, how many people are privately talking about it? And I won't say any more than this, but I have spoken with a couple people privately who have been angry at Splinterlands and thrown the word lawsuit out there. So I'm saying this just because I'm being transparent with you. I don't think that there's actually anything that's going to happen. So I don't know that these are like lawsuits that these people could potentially win. And in fact, Splinterlands won the last lawsuit. So it's not even me trying to like FUD, right? It's just, these are conversations that are happening both privately and publicly. I don't think any action is going to be taken. I hope no action will be taken, but that doesn't change the fact that the conversations are still happening. And that is all it is. Slower start than anybody expected. Nope. Neil and I predicted this many months ago. An ROI only play is not exciting when comparable or higher ROI is available elsewhere in the ecosystem. Fair enough. Obviously we were just pulling numbers out of our butts, Brandon. Like I looked at that and said, 30% would be great. Based on what? I have no idea. But, you're right. You guys were much more conservative and you hit the nail on the head. Dragon, I missed the background music this week. Awesome. All right. So Brian says, I'm not excited with land right now. It's not something playable right now. I'm excited about the price of Rift Watchers pump quite a bit. I'll probably join a Rift Watcher bulk buy if there's any. I think you mean Rebellion, but yes, I am excited for Rebellion as well. Land is for OG players to do something with their old cards. Also, Land 1.5 is not exciting. So, as said so by the CEO himself, right? Or he's not excited about it. So I don't know what the time frame for 2.0 is, but the thing you can do, even if you're not excited about land, is get a head start on what 2.0 is going to be. So if you're excited about what 2.0 could potentially be, and actually 2.0, we're going to get way more information about that very, very soon, according to Matt and the 2.0 white paper, then 1.5, even though it's not exciting, just allows you to jump in and get a little bit of a head start on whatever it is that you want, which, at this point is probably research tokens are the main thing. Grain will probably be another one, just because, as somebody had mentioned earlier, I forgot to who, I'm sorry, but once all of a sudden different land plots are giving 50 different resources, you still will need grain. And so you can kind of get a head start on how much grain you're holding on to. Okay, so Dragon says, do we know what PP? Yeah, Rebellion's going to have half a point, so it's going to be half of what Chaos Legion is. Not offended. Oh, just asking. Sorry, Vilson. That was just bad timing. I didn't mean to take it out on you. We were just having a fun conversation, but I think I sounded a little aggressive when I responded to your question. It's all love, man. All right, so no dates equals no lawsuits. Starting to see a pattern here. There you go. See? So let's see. Also consider that your hype about Rebellion and the new system will sooner than later be upgraded by land spells, crafting, and other good stuff. Land will bring as long as we can. Be patient. Yeah, again, I mean, all this stuff is going to come together. My hope is that whatever the vision we have for Splinterlands with like land 2.0, 3.0 spells and all that, I would love to see all of that live, right, by the end of 2025. So we're talking 2 years. 2 years. That is the vision that I'm seeing for Splinterlands personally, right? And kind of the time frame that I'm giving them to have land 3.0, 4.0, whatever it is, have spells and items being craftable and have them be playable in game. I'm going to give the team 2 years. It's kind of where I'm at, right? Ideally 18 months, but I think we can go all the way to the end of 2025 at this point. Now, in that time, my hope is that, okay, they have their game plan. This is all the stuff that they've been talking about, that they've been wanting to put together. I'm going to give them another 2 years to do it. But in the meantime, while that stuff is being created, I am curious to know what the scope of Splinterlands is going to look like beyond 2025, right? And this is what I think and hope that the team is strongly thinking about over the next couple of, weeks and months into 2024. What does life look like in Splinterlands afterwards? Because for so long, we were sold, since 2020 really, we've been sold on land, right? We've been sold on this concept of land coming in and changing things up. Now, the card game aspect is relatively static, right? There's new releases probably every 18 months to 24 months, and that's cool. But is Splinterlands only going to be that? Is it only going to be, marginal improvements and upgrades on land and new sets? Or is the scope of Splinterlands going to be something greater, right? So the first foray into that is going to be Soulkeep. But, one of the things that I was really disappointed with the recent layoffs, right? Letting Weirbeard go and just kind of the refocusing on what was important, which again, it is important, right? All these stuff is priority. But what really disappointed me was the fact that the scope of the project came down so much. So now that Matt has come in and, delivered on all these things, and hopefully will continue to deliver on all the other things as we move forward, where does his vision go beyond land? What does he see, not for the game, but for Splinterlands, the project, right? Because the Splinterlands, the game now is inappropriate. There's 2 games here, potentially 3 with Soulkeep entering into the mix, right? You got land, you got the card game, and you have Soulkeep. So when he thinks about what Splinterlands could be in 2026, 2027, what are the moves that will need to be made to add value to that, right? To start the wheels turning for that. And again, obviously there should hopefully be some lessons learned from maybe expanding a little too quickly, right? With after 2021 and the big boom there. But still, I think it's worthwhile to think about what kind of expansion would come in. And keep in mind, the team still has a lot on their plates with land 2.0, 3.0, 5.0, whatever it is. So, but I'm just curious what the ecosystem will look like in the future, and what Matt's, what Matt's not 2-year plan, but like 3 to 5 year plan is. So Brandon says, Neil has his spreadsheets. Everybody knows that we came to 15 to 20% utilization. Okay. Well, I mean, I hope we get to 20% soon. Yes, that is a famous Vet V, because for some reason I've linked to you in my mind. Yes. Brandon H is Vet V. I've been considering 1.5 a time to stack, grind, and research and prepare for 2.0. Yep. I mean, Rift Watchers is worth $445 on Hive, and right now you buy 2,400 packs. Oh, you know what, Brian? You're absolutely right. We do have like 15 or like 2 to 3 more weeks of Rift Watchers. I totally forgot about that. Should we do one last group buy for Rift Watchers? Was anybody in? If we can get enough people to get 2,400 packs, I'm down to help organize it. I just don't know who all would be in at this point. Because when I see you in Discord and I see the name, oh yeah, Jimmy. It's because everybody's Jimmy Wilson. Who's a fat Jimmy? He made everybody call themselves Jimmy. Land is the long play, not Moon Boys. By the way, did you guys see that post by Aggie on how much current land setup is producing? I did not. Is it in Discord? Thanks for clearing that up. You're welcome. He was producing like 300 SPS per hour last time I checked. Holy crap. I mean, but that's not surprising, or at least you sent me the. All right, but this guy has what? 2 regions? Right? Or is this all in one region? No, this is his whole thing. There's 51 grain work sites, 141 research, and 39 SPS. So this is like 2. So, oh no, this is not a region. This is just region's 1,000 plots. So this is crazy. But how much is he? I mean, that's impressive. But also, he has a shit ton of cards and assets. Land's still exciting for me. Always something to wake up to and dream of a fun and interesting future to come. People saying otherwise are too worried about their current lives. Fair enough. Okay, you gotta flee to a digital world when the real one seems to be sucking so much. I guess fair enough. All right. So Brandon says per Dragon's comment, I am much more in research than I initially planned. I kind of like, well, I might as well park some cards and stake DEC here now to earn some research. Well, my hope is that once the 2.0 white paper comes out, that will go even higher. That's sentiment. My wallet is so beyond tapped at the moment. Fair enough. Yep. And the holidays are coming up. Yeah, he has 3 regions, but that's only like 200 plots that he has live. Imagine if he gets more. Time to start shouting, let's go Vet V. When he manages for Hive Engine too. Yeah, same. I'm gonna buy a bit more Rebellion, but yeah, I'm tapped out. Blockchain Project, welcome back. Thank you. Regardless of our opinions on land, I'm stoked we have another game in the SPL metaverse. Soulkeep should be the next. SPL is diversifying to grow its player base. We all need SPS. Yes, indeed. I cannot wait. Okay, so one of the things that I'm excited for about land is the SPS staking that you will need. Now, I really am excited to see what Matt's game plan is for 2024 when it comes to Land 2.0, because it's if he can really swing the whole let's get incremental updates out there so people don't have to wait until late 2024 or 2025 for like 2.0 to be done. It will be awesome if we can get that, because one of the things that I think would be really great is the SPS staking requirements that they may put on land, right? You might have to delegate some SPS for land in the same way that they want you to do for Soulkeep. So this is where like SPS has the potential to have like exponential demand. Again, I'm not talking about price. I'm just talking about exponential demand, right? Because you're going to add 2 other game modes that will require SPS staking. Now, for a lot of folks like myself, I got a good amount. I'm getting a nice multiplier on the game, on the trading card game, right? TCG. But I do want to play in Soulkeep, maybe not at the highest levels, but I'll have to consider how much am I going to send over there or delegate over there. When it comes to land, right? I'm not even a big landholder, but if there's going to be benefits for the plots that I have, or maybe benefits for castles and keeps, right? For staking SPS, that's something that I'm going to have to consider too. I'll need more SPS at that point, and it won't just be me. It'll be hold on, what the hell? Oh, that's weird. Okay, sorry, dude. The election campaign stuff is already getting heated up here. I was just like, who's asking me for money? And that's a campaign donation. And then so I was like, all right, here we go. I will probably buy 700, 500, 750 if there's a bulk buy. Hey, that's a good amount. All right, if anybody else is interested in doing a Rift Watcher bulk buy, you know, I'll make a video for it too, just because that's probably the easier way to reach people. We only get like 40, 50 people on these live streams anyway. But the videos get a little bit more reach. As Aggie, but Brian, I will keep that in mind, and I'll post it in Discord as well. So as Aggie and other whales build out their plots, it won't be a linear increase in SPS production since it is set pool, all relative to total. True, Brandon, but they just have way more production capability than most other folks. So, ayo, Splinter News, what's up? Even though I don't think I have enough SPS, I believe everything should require it. Indeed. I mean, that should be the thing, right? Like, SPS should just be required everywhere, which is kind of why I feel like vouchers were a waste. But Matt's correcting that, and I'm excited for that. There's movement across the community. Graybeard showed up. Let's go. Guess who's back? SL Guys just put up a YouTube video, first in about a year. Amazing. So I'm actually more... Okay, so this is something... I'm going to make a video for this too, because I had a really great conversation with Keys this morning. I actually think what is going to drive Splinterlands into the future and into potential Valhalla land is not new players. I think it's old players coming back, because old players understand. New players, I'm sorry to say it, new players are going to look at this game, compare it to Illuvium, compare it to Big Time, compare it to all these other, and be like, what is this garbage? Right? Like, what is this like static game with cards bumping into each other? It's not worth it, right? We're going to get a couple, because the people who understand the DeFi elements are going to come in. But it's all the old players, people who discovered the game 2020, 2021, lost a ton of money, are down bad, and decided to go live their lives like maybe a lot of us should have, right? But they're going to come back because they're going to see SPS start to pump. They're going to hear Splinterlands in the news. They're going to see a video for it. And then they're going to realize, oh, wait, I think I still have a wallet there. I think it's been staking SPS for 2 years. Let me go see what I have. And when they come back and check things out, they're going to realize, oh, crap, like land is actually out. Oh, whoa, there's a new set, Rebellion. Oh, wow, the card values for Rebellion are actually holding quite well. Modern format is here, right? The team delivered on land, just Soulkeep, hopefully right around the corner, right? And we're in a bull run. That is when the big question is going to be, all these people who come back with the intention of selling the SPS that they totally forgot about, do they double down? Do they get greedy, or do they get excited? Do they get seduced back into the ecosystem because they're like, oh, well, you know what? I bought this SPS for like, I don't know, 50 cents like 2 years ago. I've been down big, but I earned a lot more just from staking, and we're now at 2 cents. Man, if we get up to 50 cents, maybe I should buy some more. Right? So we got to lean into their greed a little bit, which I say that jokingly, because all of us stuck around here because we're more greedy than they are. They forgot about their money and they left it, but we were here hoping that it would go up the whole time. Definitely way more movement than before. Yeah, I mean, crypto in general is just fun right now. I think it's raining. Hold on. Oh, it is pouring outside. All right. Well, there's that. All right. So they have more production capability because they believe the most in the game. Just saying, it can be all of us. Well, I mean, they won a lot of beta rewards cards for free just because they were here earlier, whereas we would have to pay significantly more than them. So, that's proof of time, as Aggie says. I think that's an important part. So for everybody who did stick around and is collecting like the Soulbound cards now, right? You earned a bunch of them for free. It's going to be good times. Splinter News, I shared you on InLeo threads, so you have a bit more viewing. Oh, well, thank you so much, Splinter News. I used to be much more active on InLeo, and I got logged out on my phone, and so I just need to log back in. I need to grab my posting key again. All right, so yep, we need to bring Luthien 12 back. Yeah, I should check in on her, see how she's doing, but I think she's probably happy she's out. But hey, if you guys want to go for it, do it. Where's Mama Luthien? They had some life things happen. I think they moved. So wish pricing for chaos look like Rift Watchers right now. Yeah. One of the biggest whales was buying alpha beta Gulf whales a year ago at 3K plus. Whew. Yeah. Luthion's killing it on Etsy. Oh, what? I need to go check out her Etsy shop. I know she started a business. I didn't realize. You know what? I never asked what the Etsy store was, so that's my bad. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna reach out to her and I'm gonna ask her if she wants to come back and chat on stream and share her business with the rest of us, so we can all go support her. And then maybe she'll be like, I'm going to take 10% of my earnings from all of the sales that you guys are putting, and I'm going to buy SPS. And I'm going to be like, oh, yes, the life cycle is here. Everybody just go buy Luthien stuff. And then she's going to buy SPS with it. Game over. $2 SPS incoming. I guess I need to start an Etsy shop. What should I make? Whatever I'm doing now is not enough. Because I'm not buying any more stuff in Splinterlands. I need that extra capital, guys. Stream her Etsy store to get her customers. All right, thing is, we're earning right now. We might be future OGs and people will say, yeah, you guys were there when CL got live. Yeah, I mean, again, you zoom out far enough on anything, Elistios, and I think, as long as the project is solid and doesn't, face game ending, project ending roadblocks, which we haven't yet, then yeah, you zoom out far enough and people are going to look at Chaos Legion cards going for a penny and think to themselves, oh yeah, like I remember when those were just selling for essentially nothing, right? I don't know if it's going to be land that does it, if it's going to be like infinite card burning or something that happens in the future, but those penny cards won't always be a penny. It's just, what's your time frame for it? And this is something that I talk with like Darkest Night about, right? One of the big things, one of the big reasons he's become disillusioned with this game is opportunity cost, right? So he's like so happy that he ended up getting into Parallel, because Parallel is like setting new all-time highs right now. But it's just a snapshot in time. So obviously he got in at a good time. And I'm sure many other people sold, invested in something else, and have no problem never looking back because they made a ton of money. But that's them. We do what we do. He started a business. Tucked her back. Okay, gotcha. Oh, you meant she. Gotcha. She should really do that. It'd be a great biz angle. I'll hit her up and see what she says. All right, that would be dope. 10% into SPS. I'll buy strictly from her. Oh, by the way, I keep seeing you commenting on UFC on Twitter. Would you be interested in having a UFC watch party with other dude? Yeah, Matthew, I think we talked about this. I would love that actually, because Twitter, like on Twitter, I mainly just chat about UFC stuff. So I need to chat more about Splinterlands. It's just funny because it's like it's after sound music, but I follow a lot of like music tech stuff, but I never really comment on it. But yeah, I would love to do that. All right, so I do that with design services. Fair enough. Cool. You can feel free to advertise your services here, Wilson, if you want. All right. Oh, wow. We got another hour into this. I suppose we can start to wrap up a little bit. All right, let me know the next fight card you want to watch, and we can try to get some SPL community to watch along. Wait, so are we doing this? Hold on. Okay, Matthew, just hit me up, and we will figure out details, because I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do, or if it's just to get together virtually, we could do that. Who are your favorite fighters? I am a strong Sean Strickland fan. Dude, his fight against Izzy was unreal. I had actually never seen him fight before that. I saw the highlights with him and Pereira, but the way he dominated Izzy was unreal. I could not believe what was happening that fight. All right. I when you like, so the things like favorite fighters, I mean, I don't know. I just like to see good fights. I do like, all the Dagestanis are really fascinating to watch. Izzy, like, it's funny because like I people, if they're on Twitter, they probably think that I'm an Izzy hater. I'm not. I mean, I think he's cool. I think he's great. He's definitely exciting to watch and exciting to see hype up a fight. But that fight with Strickland was just something else. So I wouldn't say that I'm a Strickland fan. I think he's interesting. I think he's hilarious in many things, but I want to see him defend the title now and see how it goes. Like, I don't know if it was just like a one-off. Maybe he just had Izzy's number. Yeah, I figured we could all watch on Discord. Yeah, that'd be fun for sure. All right, just want to throw it out there. But in the past hour, we burned almost 3 million DEC, and in the past hour, we burned almost 21 million. Wait, what? How do you know this? I'm showing 32 million. That was minted. Are you tracking something else? No, I guess maybe you're tracking the full amount. So what are we at? 49.17. Chuck Liddell and GSP. Oh man, I mean, if you want to go back in the day, so I used to, like, the first time I watched UFC or really got into it was maybe like 10 years ago. I don't know, like whenever Anderson Silva Chael Sonnen 2, I think that was like one of the first fights that I was like really into. And I like Silva. I thought he was, entertaining to watch. And then I fell off of it for a while. I remember watching the Khabib and Conor fight, and that kind of looped me back into things. I would say that once the pandemic hit, though, and all other sports were essentially done, that's when I went heavy back into UFC. And now it's probably my favorite sport, right? I mean, I love football, but even now I'm just like, Bears suck, and my Bears suck. My fantasy football team is so mediocre, and I'm just gonna show up for the playoffs and watch, the playoffs religiously. Dude trains for fighting by fighting. That's funny. All right. So also another question, SPL related. Are you guaranteed a legendary in every 100 plots, even if they aren't surveyed altogether? No, you're not. I believe you're guaranteed a legendary if the 100 plots that you survey. No, sorry. You're guaranteed a legendary in every tract, I believe. But if you survey like 100 plots and they're not all together, then the guarantee, they have to be surveyed together. If they're not surveyed together, then you're not guaranteed it. Sorry, I don't know if that answered your question well. I think vouchers will have a small bump with Land 2.0 white paper being released and needing them to stake for the card airdrops. Yeah, so I try to be transparent with you guys about where my voucher activity is right now. I did sell a bunch recently, but now I'm just hanging on to them because I want to see what the conflict thing looks like if it goes live next week. So I don't know if they're going to have that ready right away on the launch of Rebellion. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed to like the second week of December. But if they have like the battle wagons available for sale before the end of the year, I think that could, maybe pump prices a little bit. But watch, it's the demand is going to be so low, and people are going to be like, nah, whatever. And I'll be like, I should have just sold earlier. So just did a test on Land Mav server, says VetV. One can transfer a deed with building on it. Just remove units and equipment first. I'm thinking of building on my extra lots using time crystals and then selling the plots. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, that will go much further. That way I can encourage the buyer to produce the resources I most want the taxes on. Well, you know what? That's a good way to do it. Because I keep track, total minus balance. Okay. Thanks, KQ Forever, for that. Anderson Silva leg break still has me scared. That was rough. Sorry, I don't know UFC, only know SPL. Fair enough. So the building stays on land after construction. Yes, the building stays on land. That's cool. But the DC staked on it comes back. Yes. Even my team is called the Bears. Actually, that's a good point. I never thought about that before. And yeah, they've been pretty terrible for most of my life. I think we made a Super Bowl run in 2007, and then we had another what was it? We lost in the conference championship, of course, to Green Bay. I forgot when that was. It was like 2013, 2014. And since then, it's been rough to be a Bears fan. Of course, that is staked. All right, no, your pools were for the guarantee as long as 100 are surveyed at the same time, regardless. Okay, there you go. By the way, what is Equalis? I don't know, but I'm giving them free advertising here. So I believe it's a card market with 70% fee rebate. I think they sponsor some of the other content creators out there. I think they sponsor... Well, they're sponsoring Splinter Cards. I think they sponsor People's Guild. I've personally never used them. I think they're created by like one of the Mavs. But I also haven't bought cards in, I don't know, like 6 months. So, well, there you go. You get a free one, Equalis. Free sponsorship there. All right. Will Conflict work with packs bought on non-card market? Yes, it will. That's the most exciting part. All right. So yes, have to remove staked DEC cores and units. Once the building's empty, it can be transferred. Cool. Conflicts launched 12/13. Oh, interesting. Okay. When did Cryptomancer say that? Because I totally missed it, but I missed a lot over the past week. But that makes sense to me. It just seems like it would be too much to launch Rebellion. You know, potentially just have everybody on standby in case there's bugs, and then have Conflicts go live right away. So a week later is not a bad deal. All right, I don't know anything about it since I am in the EU, but it seems the bears are in a bear market. Oh, it's been a bear market for many years. Qualis' Crypto Eater's project vision is to expand beyond just card market and become a DeFi exchange. All right, cool. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, Crypto Eater is a pretty well-known person in the ecosystem. Puts through a lot of proposals. So yeah, if you want to go support, you should definitely do it. All right, you got 2 free ones, Crypto Eater. Anything beyond that, you're gonna have to pay. Oh, he was on the People's Guild podcast this week. All right, nice, great alpha. Check it out. Conflicts will work. I am stoked, indeed. I can't get enough packs. I'm selling everything then. Yeah, it's gonna be fun times. All right, so where are we at? It is close to noon. I think I am going to call it a day so I can get some other things done. Let me see, where am I at? But yeah, anything else you guys want to chat about, discuss, do? So actually, let me say this, just kind of like looking ahead to the weekend. I will not be able to stream on Sunday as usual. So if I can, I think I might hop in tomorrow just for the fun of it. And then next week is when things get fun, and I'm trying to clear as much of my schedule as possible to like stream multiple times a day if I can, just to set up a bunch of tournaments, because I personally cannot wait to see what modern actually just tournaments in general look like with all the new cards. So I've already warned the team, because they gave me the whitelist thing, so I can create as many tournaments as I want. I told them that I'm going to abuse the privilege next week to create as much hype and FOMO for Rebellion as possible by making a ton of tournaments. All right. He eats a lot of crypto. Those proposals. Fair enough. Crypto Eater is close to Yaba, mentor-mentee relationship. Oh, that's awesome. And does work for Yaba to help crunch big data, or help crunch data. Big spreadsheets on that guy. Oh, wow. All right. Neil's got some competition now. Have a good day. See you later, Aaron. All right. What will conflicts be like? Is there anything I can read up on? Yes. If you go to the Splinterlands, I mean, I don't know how long. Ooh, I just saw Elon Musk tweeted about the Cybertruck First deliveries in 2 hours. I mean, Teslas are cool. I don't want a regular Tesla, but I want a Cybertruck because it reminds me of like 90s sci-fi movies. All right. That was a very random aside. Sorry, I had a squirrel moment there. What are we looking for? We're looking for Splinterlands. This is going to be a while back in terms of their posts. It was like the Rebellion. It was like the Rebellion launch. I don't want to get into it now just because I don't remember it. I mean, I do remember, but it's a lot, and I don't want to get it wrong. But there was something like the... Where is it? Let me see. Rebellion sneak peeks. It was in the Rebellion pre-sale. Oh, here. The Rebellion's coming. So 2 months ago. It's been years since the invasion. All right. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. Oh, whoops. Multi-element summoners, airdrop conflicts. Okay, so this is the one. So I'm just gonna give this to you so you can go do your own homework. New Moderns Blast. Want to hop on live in the next few days? Yes. Well, I'll have tomorrow free. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna try and end the live stream, but then I'm out for pretty much the entire weekend. Maybe I'll hop in live Sunday night. But yeah, are they doing? Yeah, it'll have to be next week sometime, Vilson. That's the only thing. And I was trying to go to the Discord to see if they had any events. Oh, there's a SPS downhaul tomorrow. Oh, let me say interested in that. I missed the first one. All right, so Monday, December 4th, they'll have another town hall at 10 a.m. So let me put interested. Sweet. Okay, so here's the game plan. I think I'm going to try and stream at least for a little bit tomorrow if I can in the morning, same time as this. No streams Saturday and Sunday, maybe Sunday night, but definitely not Sunday morning. And then I will try to be back Monday. Maybe we'll do like a Monday stream to get people excited for Rebellion and do a little post town hall recap before I put my 5 biggest takeaways together. Oh, Kazrak is here. What's going on, Kazrak? How are you? But yeah, guys, that's all I really got. Very excited for where we're at right now and for where we are heading. Let me do another F5 real quick just to see where SPS is at. But we're over 2 cents. I think that's a great sign. Obviously, we were over 2 cents a couple months ago, but then momentum got killed. Hopefully, that is not the case this time, and we are going to be in a better place heading into a broader macro or crypto macro bull run. With Bitcoin leading the charge in 2024. But that's all I have for you guys today. Super fun hanging out. Look forward to doing a lot more of that over the next week or so once Rebellion is live. And there will be plenty of tournaments to go around to try and get that. What is it called? Summoner tactics as like the new awesome thing. So have an amazing rest of your day. I will catch you all very soon, and I'll try to get some more content up later today just on some other stuff that's been stewing around in my head. But stay safe. Enjoy the last day of November if it is still November for you, and I'll catch you all hopefully tomorrow. Peace.